The hell your ass doing now? You need to be asleep. Damn. No work in the morning. Oh well, no work this morning. I'm off tomorrow. You mean today? So we ain't gotta go to sleep. I can stay up all I want to. I don't gotta go to work. And you can't make me go to work. And I'm grown, so I ain't gotta go to bed. Nah, 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 nah. I ain't got no bedtime. Nah, 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 nah. Damn, I'm about to get me some Dayquil and some coffee, because I cannot fucking breathe, yo. Oh my God.
Connected to iPhone and Galaxy Tab A2016. Galaxy Tab A2016 disconnected. Connected to iPhone and Galaxy Tab A2016. Galaxy Tab A2016 disconnected.
Whose nature?
Damn, bitch, it took you all that just to turn the speaker. Connected the iPhone Galaxy tablet. Yo. Now the paint I'm working on, I got it turned away from the camera because it's the girl with the boobs out. I think my screen, my channel almost got banned yesterday for this paint. I'm not sure if I can show this shit or not now. People get so funny about boobs, yo. I'm gonna try to angle the camera so you just see her face and not her lady bits. It's so fucking weird, yo. People are so stupid and childish.
We have the strong sensation that our own being inside our skin is extremely different from the world outside our skin.
I could just work on something else.
That
I really wanted to work on this
though. Intelligence inside human skin.
I'm gonna work on it a little bit.
And while there may be values and loving feelings, outside the skin is a world of mechanical process.
iPhone 6.
Does not give a damn about
Let me go get some coffee, yo.
And which is basically unintelligent. It should be obvious that the human being goes with the rest of the universe. Even though we say in popular speech, I came into this world. Now, it is not true that you came into this world. You came out of it in the same way as a flower comes out of a plant or a fruit comes out of a tree. And as an apple tree apples, the solar system in which we live, and therefore the galaxy in which we live, and therefore the system of galaxies in which we live, that system peoples. And therefore people are an expression of its energy and of its nature. If people are intelligent, and I suppose we have to grant that if, then the energy which people express must also be intelligent, because one does not gather figs from thistles and grapes from thorns. But it does not occur, you see, to the ordinary civilized person to regard himself or herself as an expression of the whole universe. It should be obvious that we cannot exist except in an environment of earth, air, water, and solar temperature, that all these things go with us and are as important to us, albeit outside our skins, as our internal organs, heart, stomach, brain, and so forth. You go with your environment in the same way as your head goes with the rest of your body. You do not find in nature faces arriving in the world sui generis. They go with a body. But also bodies do not arrive in a world which would be, for example, a plain ball of scrubbed rock floating without an atmosphere far away from a star. That will not grow bodies. There is no soil for bodies.
I don't watch no TV.
There is no complexity of environment.
I don't watch TV. I watch TV in a couple weeks when The Walking Dead comes back on.
So bodies
on AMC.
go with a very
I'll catch commercials during that show. When that show is on, I watch that shit.
And
Yeah.
if the head goes with the body and the
But when The Walking Dead is not on TV, that ain't shit for me to watch. $1,000 iPhone. Okay. People gonna be lining up for that bitch 2 days early, camping outside Apple stores waiting for that shit to come out. $1,000, that motherfucker better slice and dice my salad for me. And pay my goddamn phone bill itself. Your phone bill is ready. Pay it your damn self, iPhone. Shit. $1,000 phone. You better be able to do something else other than just talk, bitch. The whole phone is glass, or that new tempered indestructible glass. Fuck all that shit. I don't need all that shit. I just need to call people and maybe text a little bit. Oh, man. Yo, what's up, everybody? So, what if I do this? Would I still get in trouble? feel like, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to do this because this is my artistic expression. But at the same time, these streaming sites like PlayStation, the PlayStation Network platform and the YouTube platform, Thurn Foster. Yo, bro, happy you in here, happy you chilling with me. But that idea is so unoriginal. Be for real, bro. Be for real. I'm all about originality. You trying to get me to do something that you've already seen. I'm not gonna do it. If you've seen it already, you've seen it already. Why you want to see me do the same fucking shit? Like a Rasta lion. No. My opinion on acrylic. I fucks with acrylic from time to time. You know, I have lots of acrylic colors. As you can see, I got a whole fucking spray of acrylic colors, but I don't use them like that. I think oils are my favorite. They last longer. The color and the pigments are more vibrant and they're easier to blend, in my opinion. I haven't seen one in a tree. And I come outside and I look in a tree and I say, holy fuck, it's the king of the fucking jungle. So I decided to call 5-0. Who knows what movie that come from? You get 10 cool points if you know what movie that came from. I looked up in the tree. It was the king of the fucking jungle. So I decided to call 5-0. I haven't seen one in a tree. Yeah. You gotta do it the same, but different. You know, a lion with dreads, yeah, we already seen that. But have you ever seen him in a tree? Put that lion up in a tree. Brand new situation. So I got her X'd out. Is that better, YouTube? Is that better for you, PlayStation Network, that you can't see her areolas anymore? You're not gonna ban me, are you? Paint myself? You mean like reading books and stuff? Oh man, damn, look at Trap over there reading all them books. Looking all intelligent and shit. Looking all super smart and shit. Bro, I paint myself so much. I don't even need a mirror no more. You know? I just know what I look like. I just stare at my face so often, like I don't even need mirrors. Paint yourself. Y'all better tell them, man. I paint myself all the time, man. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I paint myself a lot because I can't find models, so I just model for myself. And give you that side eye. What the fuck you looking at? Motherfucker looking at me all crazy like he got a problem. He don't know me. What? What? What you say to me, boy? Oh, I thought you was talking to me. I know you weren't talking to me. Shit, I had to cut my eyes at this mofo. He acting like he was about to jump. You seen that look in my eye though. You know I don't be playing. I don't play that shit. Fuck with me if you want to, boy. Fucked up. It's not Tupac. It's not Tupac. It's Travis. I was like, yo, let me see that Tupac painting. It's not Tupac, man. That's not Pac. Pac is dead. Yo, DJ, that's what it is. That's my goal, to make it look as good as I can. Ah, this shit is good. Yeah, man. I'm loving it. Up early in the studio, because I can't sleep. And I ain't got shit else to do. And I ain't got to go to work in the morning. Like some people. I got a day off, like some other people I know. No. I think drawing for me just always came natural. I can never remember a time where I didn't draw. Like, that is literally my fucking life. I can't ever remember like having to learn how to do it, or someone teaching me how to draw, or, oh, you make a circle like this, or, oh, you draw eyes like this. It's like, I figured that shit out as a child myself, like before kindergarten, like 4 or 5 years old. As soon as I could hold a pencil or any kind of writing utensil, I was already drawing. Nobody had to teach me that shit. Painting was really difficult for me to learn. I taught myself how to paint, and in the beginning I thought I was good until I got brave enough to start going into art galleries and looking at other local artists, and then I realized I fucking sucked at painting. But it was such a motivation and inspiration to see other artists who were good at it. I was like, fuck that. Because I could do anything I put my mind to. I don't give a fuck what it is. So I seen other people with banging ass art. I was like, you know what? I could do shit like that. And I don't need to go to college and have some pompous ass university educated art professor to try to teach me what and what is not art. So I just kept going hard at that shit, and I still go hard at that shit every day. Every day I get a chance, I'm always thinking of something else to paint, or thinking of the painting I just finished, or thinking of the painting I'm currently working on. So when I wake up at 2:30 in the morning because I can't sleep, first thing I do, come in the studio, because I love to paint. Now, if you guys don't have a passion, you better find one. Because this life is meant for you to be happy, for you to experience shit, not for you to let experiences go by unnoticed. Afro. You know why? You know why they call us Afro Americans? Oh, because we're from Africa. Not really. Put a pin in it. I'll come back to that. Have I ever painted any celebrities? I guess you can say so. I've done it twice, well, maybe 3 times. And no, it's not Bob Marley or Tupac or somebody like that, you know, whose image is so recognizable and so familiar, you know, a million times over. But I did. Michael, Christ never existed. He's a fraudulent figure that was created in the 18th dynasty of the Egyptian empires, known as Serapis Christos, because Alexander the Greek, when he invaded Africa, his henchmen tried to overtake the mystery schools of Egypt, but they couldn't. So they had to come up with their own shit. And so they invented this figure named Serapis, who in 325 AD during the Council of Nicaea became canonized as Christ. And then we used the image of Caesar Borgia as the official depiction of Christ, and he's fake. He never existed. We'll get back to that. Celebrities. So I was a really big Breaking Bad fan. I love Breaking Bad, that TV show. It was well written. I'm a big fan of literature. I read a lot. I like stories that are well written. I love Michael Crichton. I love Stephen King. I love Dean Koontz. Who's another good science fiction writer? People like Ray Bradbury. I like reading really good writers. And Breaking Bad, the TV show, was so well written. I had to watch every episode of that shit. To the point where one of my favorite video game producers, Hideo Kojima, he's the mastermind behind the series Metal Gear Solid. He even said that while he watched Breaking Bad, he wished he came up with that concept. And he wished he came up with that idea because it was such a good fucking show and such a good idea. He was like, damn, why didn't I think of that shit? But so yeah, after watching Breaking Bad and it went off air after I think it had like 5 or 6 seasons, I painted a picture of Jesse Pinkman because Jesse Pinkman was a fucking not really a badass in the story in the show, but he had such a great arc to his character and how he grew and developed as a character throughout the show. So I did paint a picture of Jesse Pinkman. My passion is making YouTube videos. And then, like I said, right now I currently don't watch any television at all unless it's The Walking Dead. Not Fear the Walking Dead, the spinoff show in California. I don't even watch that one. But the original series, The Walking Dead, I have like the first 2 companion comic books. I read all the comics. Watched every episode so far. And so yeah, Michonne from that TV show is one of my favorite characters on there. So I painted a picture of Michonne. But that's about as far as celebrities go that I've painted. I think everybody's life is important. Everybody's story is important. Every individual person adds to the human story in general and pushes the human history into the future. And, you know, we all participate in this human story. Every little interaction that we have is a small part of a greater picture. And so, you know, to focus on certain individuals that already have a spotlight on them is not my thing. I rather focus on people like me, just average, everyday people that you see walking up and down the street, because we're just as special as fucking Michael Jackson, Prince, Colin Kaepernick, and everybody else, you know? Except we don't have a fucking big ass spotlight shining on us right now. But there's no difference in us and anyone else who we call celebrity or famous or who we choose to, you know, idolize or look up to. And we are all those same people. So I'd rather put my spotlight on individuals that are normal, everyday people that look like me, and I'd rather paint their images instead of an image of someone who's already been painted or drawn or depicted 1,000 times over by 1,000 other different artists. Like, I'm not gonna follow that same routine. That's just like, I don't know, can you imagine motherfucking Leonardo and Michelangelo just sitting down painting the same people over and over and over and over and over? Like, who the fuck would do that? Like, it's retarded. I don't know. Oh, when Prince died, oh, you should paint a picture of Prince. Yeah, people are painting pictures of Prince left and right. They're airbrushing Prince's face on t-shirts. They're drawing Prince's face on sneakers and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump right into their crowd and do the same thing that every fucking body else is doing, so that my work doesn't stand out at all because it's a bunch of paintings of Prince. Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not gonna do that shit. Parlay, no. I covered her because somebody tried to ban my channel yesterday because I had boobs on there. So I don't want to get banned. I'm just trying to take precautions so nobody doesn't shut down my channel. You know. Michael, you're Bushman. Okay, no problem. Well, I agree. Say to Mike, man, you need to get off that old ass religion, all that old ass Christ shit, man. That shit a myth, man. Do research, man. Read the history. If you want to believe in God and Jesus Christ, you've been reading that shit your whole life. Stop it right now. Stop reading the Bible right now and do some historical research. For the next year or two, just do real, actual, historical data, fact-finding research about the compilation of the Bible, the histories, the origins, and the people and different factions that were involved with pushing the Bible to this limit where it's so untouchable and so blasphemous to talk bad about the Bible. It's so ridiculous, yo. But when you do the historical research about the Bible, you'll be like, I don't think I want to read this shit anymore. Yo, Terminator, Skynet. So Terminator is a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he was a AI robot sent back into the future to kill the leader of a resistance movement in the future. So he was sent back in the past to kill somebody before he even grew up into a grown man, so it would alter the future. But Arnold Schwarzenegger also starred in another movie called Total Recall, where he was a undercover agent on vacation, and he took a mental vacation, but it really turned out to be a real vacation. So he went somewhere, but he didn't think he went there, but he actually did go there. Total Recall was a fucking crazy ass movie. And Skynet is allusion to the crime system in a movie starring not Brad Pitt, what's the other guy? Tom Cruise. And it was called Minority Report with Skynet. So if you take Total Recall and Minority Report, those two movies, they were both written by the same author. You'll never believe this. Total Recall is actually based on a book. And the Skynet that comes from, what's the name of the movie I just said? Fuck, I just said it, so you know what I'm talking about. That was also based on a book as well, Minority Report. And both of those books were written by the same author named Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick was a strange motherfucker. That motherfucker was weird as shit. But he wrote some really, really, really interesting books. And it's amazing that you call yourself Terminator Skynet, and then you come in here and ask me if I learned to paint in jail. So even though your name denotes some type of intelligence, your first statement actually nullified and canceled all of that that I was, you know, so generously applying to you. But now that, you know, where'd you learn to paint in jail comment, that just diminishes any hope for me to respect you or any of your subsequent comments. You can stay in the stream and you can kick it and chill, but you're a fucking noob. So, I'm not harsh. I'm just being real, man. Just being real. You know what I'm saying? Reality is harsh. I just roll with the punches. Do that Mayweather. How Mayweather be blocking? Reality harsh, man. You gotta dodge that shit. Roll with them punches. Whoa, shit. Whoa, that was real life just now. Did you see real life try to hit me? Yo, life come at you. Whoa, life come at you fast, yo. Life be coming at you fast. You gotta dip and dodge that shit, yo. Muhammad was the autistic great grandnephew of Christ. Muhammad couldn't even fucking read. So how did he write a book? Oh, God told it to him. Okay, so God gave Muhammad the Quran. But how did he write it if he couldn't read? Oh, he dictated it to someone else to write for him. Okay, so God gave Muhammad the Quran. Muhammad couldn't read or write, so he dictated it to someone else to write down. When that person wrote down the Quran, how was Muhammad able to read it to make sure he knew what it said? Yes, and the Dead Sea Scrolls basically says that Judo-Christianity is bullshit and it's all fraudulent due to the simple fact that Josephus Flavian mentioned Christ once. And that's the only fucking time that Christ is ever mentioned anywhere outside of the Bible was one time ever. And then once we dug up those fucking Dead Sea Scrolls that were buried because the Christians were trying to destroy all the fucking, we figured out that, hey, oh shit, and so why did the Greeks and Romans keep these manuscripts when they didn't really like the fucking Jews? Political reasons. Because they knew if they let the Christ exist, then they can move people together and organize them in larger groups and fight battles and win them based on Christ. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. History, research. Yeah, Horus. About 4,000 years before Christ. So once you do enough research, you realize that Christianity is stolen plagiarism and rewritten history of ancient Egypt. That's all it is. You want me to dig up my Encyclopedia of the Gods, 25,000 deities of the world, you know, and thousands of them came before Christ with the same Christ story: virgin birth, work miracles, 12 disciples, died, resurrected after 3 days, was called the Light, the Holy One, the Son of God, the Lamb, King of Kings. All these attributes have been denoted from Odin to Osiris to fucking Horus to all these other fucking deities that came thousands of years before Christ. But somehow we still believe the Bible myth of Jesus Christ. So I'm God. I'm gonna fuck this bitch. She gonna have a baby. But it's really me, but it's my son. But it's me, I'm being born in the flesh as a man, but I'm my son, and I'm gonna live this life, and I'm gonna sacrifice myself to absolve everybody else's sins. And then I'm gonna give you a documentation that understands that explains why and how I did all this, but it really doesn't explain why or how, because no man shall ever understand my actions. No. Horus is a myth as well. Horus was a personification of the spiritual essence of God, not some real fucking person. And the Egyptians knew that. Unlike Christians really think that the Christ conscience was real, was a real living physical man. He wasn't. You want to know about spirituality? You know what I'm saying? You want some real shit? Don't read the Bible. You can read the Metu Neter. That's way better than the Bible. That's that real Arabic, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not no pretend shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Son of the sun. That's the real shit. It's not the Bible. You can be a Baha'i if you want, man. That shit is bullshit. Anything, any kind of religion or any kind of cult or any kind of sect you wanna segregate yourself in is bad. Don't do that. You can learn all of that shit, but don't follow. You don't have to be a part of that shit, yo. Yeah, we're all connected. And you don't need religion to do that. You don't need some kind of God savior to do that. I'm God, you're God, we're all God. We're everything. Okay, I used to be a Satanist as well. I used to be a Christian, a Jehovah's Witness, a Muslim, a Luciferian, an atheist. I done been all that shit. I done been through all the phases and transitions. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You still got time, man. You still got time to learn and grow. Read a little bit more. Get all this bullshit out your system. And then formulate your own educated guess on how this shit really is and how this shit really works. You know what I'm saying? Stop listening to the preachers. Stop listening to your parents and your grandparents and your best friends because it's what they do. Go out by yourself. Do some research by yourself. Formulate your own fucking opinion. All of this shit is not religion. It's tradition. And most people are Christians, are Catholics, are Jehovah's Witnesses, are Methodists, are Baptists, are Episcopalians, are fucking whatever they are because their parents were that. And their parents were that because their grandparents were that. And it turns into a tradition, and a child really doesn't know why he's doing it, except he grows up in this house, in this faith, in this belief system, and that's all I know. Oklahoma City. Foul sculpture. The comments aren't nuts, man. I get this stuff all the time, yo. It's just regular stuff. People like talking about theology, history, religion, arts, sexuality. This is art and education. We're gonna get all this shit in here, dog. That's why I don't mind sitting down, conversing, debating, throwing back and forth concepts and ideas and things like that. Is good, I don't know everything. My opinion is just that. My opinion. It's not a fucking fact, but I do have some facts. And so if you got some facts and I got some facts, then we can put all our facts together and we can toss our opinions to the side and look at the facts, and then we can agree or we can agree to disagree. I like ketchup. You don't. Is ketchup nasty? No, it's not nasty just because you don't like it. You just don't like it. So we can agree to disagree on ketchup. We can agree to disagree on if Donald Trump is a good president. And we can agree to disagree if Christ was a real person or not. The UK, I just sent the drawing to Belgium like yesterday. Just sent that shit right off to Belgium. Got New York in here? Yes, sir. All right, let me throw some music on while I do this real quick, guys. Y'all some night owls or some early birds. I can't really figure out which one because it's that twilight hour where it could be either one. Either your ass ain't go to sleep yet or you waking up real early in the fucking morning. Mariah. What did Nightbot just do to you? Wait a minute. Yo, Nightbot, don't disrespect her like that. She can throw all the emotes she want. I might have to... Nightbot, don't make me turn you off. That shit crazy. Ain't no Nightbot do that.
And the body goes with the environment. The body is as much an integral part of the environment as the head is part of the body. It is deceptive, of course, because the human being is not rooted to the ground like a tree.
that I read American Gods. It sounds like something I don't want to read because America is a pretty fucked up place with a pretty fucked up history. And so if this country, this very new country, we're the youngest country, the youngest nation, and we want to talk about gods, I don't think so. Not after the history that I know that went on in this country. I don't want to read a book called American Gods. Nah, that's you. I don't think you know me well enough, Michael. Nah. You'll love it, man. You'll love that book, American Gods. Really? Who's the author? Because you really don't know what you write. You really don't know what you read, and if you really don't know the author. So who is the author? Because someone can say, oh, Atlas Shrugged was an amazing book. Yeah, but it was written by Anne Rimes. And do you know what she stood for? Yeah, so I could Google it. But you made the suggestion, so you could tell me. Neil Gaiman? Neil Gaiman. Really makes me not want to read that book now. I mean, like, really not want to read it. Yo, Mariah, you better stop spamming all them emotes. Warning. It's your final warning. I'm gonna have to turn that shit off, yo. Yeah, making a little filter. Yo, it's cool because they come on there now, like, they give you little filters here. I didn't know that before, so it's like fucking nice. So you got your papers, you got your filters, and they even give you a bungee string to tie in there to keep it close. Raw.
But he must interfere with his own intelligence, and through genetic alterations, breed the kind of people who will be viable Now this is a ghastly error, because human intelligence has a very serious...
Oh, I know. I do the same thing. And y'all wouldn't even believe how pretty this girl is. MB, yo, she's so pretty. But she smoke, yo. Most pretty girls don't smoke. But she smoke. Be blowing it down. Oh, y'all can see that? Oh, my bad. I ain't meant to do that on camera. This is oregano. I'm just seasoning my burrito. That's all I'm doing. I ain't know y'all can see that on TV. This is some seasoning salt for my burrito, baby. Gotta put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. It's just oregano, organic. You know, organic oregano. You know, I wouldn't have it no other way. I don't fuck with that GMO shit, all that Monsanto shit. I don't play them type of games. Hey, y'all can see that too? Damn, man. This camera got, what the fuck is that? Wide angle lens on that shit? That motherfucker looking at everything. Wait a minute now. Hold up, PlayStation. All in my business. The fuck? Oh, Mariah, she's so cute and friendly. She doesn't smoke. Bitch, please. She just looks so innocent and sweet, like, bitch, please. Don't get it fucked up.
And so long as we are stuck with that
Tell 'em.
form of wisdom,
We can smoke or you can catch these hands, bitch, whichever way you want. Don't let my looks get you fucked up, cause I ain't the one. Don't come over here trying to play me, bitch. That's how my cousin is. I got a cousin like that, just the prettiest thing. But she's like a dude with a vagina. Yo, you fuck with her the wrong way, oh my God. Yo, hard times. Don't fuck with that girl the wrong way. And then she'll smoke a motherfucker under the table. I was like, yo, cuz, gotta tap out. Yo, I'm tapping out. I'm done. I can't smoke no more. Come on, nigga, smoke. I'm just roll this one. Yo, I can't think straight right now. I can barely breathe. Just like, give me a few minutes, yo. I feel kind of good, man. The medicine kicking in. All right, guys.
in the hundreds of thousands.
Roll that. Yo, son, roll that fucking blunt. Yo, fart socks. Calm down with all the fucking caps. Roll that blunt, sir. Roll that blunt, sir, Prince. Yo, this motherfucker is stupid. Yo, watch. Yo, I'm gonna.
Solve our political, economic, and social problems.
I got into a debate with some other guy. This is really weird, yo. I'm gonna turn Nightbot off. I don't really like that. I don't like Nightbot telling you, oh, you can't throw so many emotes out there or you can't use caps. But so listen, I actually started a stream the other day just because of this PewDiePie shit. So no lie, I was doing my hair and I don't watch TV. I don't. TV is so boring to me. So if I do want to watch something, I will literally watch somebody play video games. I'll turn on the PlayStation, I'll go to PlayStation live stream, and I'll find somebody playing a video game, and I'll watch that shit. And so there was this one guy playing Battlefield 1, and in the title of his stream it said 4.1 KDR. I'm like, damn, this dude got a 4.1 KDR. Let me check his ass out. So I'm watching his stream, and he's in there getting it in, and I'm doing my hair, chilling, and you know, I'm listening to him talk to his viewers and people in his chat, and he says, oh yeah, what you guys think about PewDiePie? He said the N-word in one of his streams. He was playing some shooter game and he got shot down and killed, and the first thing he said was, oh, fuck you, nigger. And the dude who was streaming, he didn't say the N-word. It was a white guy. He was like, oh, PewDiePie said the N-word, and he didn't say it like in the friendly context as in with the AH on the end. He said the ER like the traditional way to say it. And he went in on this thing for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool that this white dude actually brought up this this issue of the N-word, you know, even today in 2017, and with such a popular YouTuber as PewDiePie. And he was like, oh, this isn't the first time PewDiePie was caught saying that, and this might really damage his reputation and stuff like that. And I was like, Justin, what up, bro? And so I jumped in and I was like, yo, I really appreciate you bringing up the issue. I'm gonna follow your stream. And so then it got kind of weird because he went into this shit. He was like, oh, well, you know, I say the N-word, but I only say it at home. I don't really say it out in public. You know, I've had some black friends who were okay with me saying it, but that's, you know, I wouldn't just go up to a stranger and just be like, yo, what's up, my N-word, you know, like, and it's weird. And so I tried to confront that part of the conversation and tell him that, yo, that's not good. Like, you were on a good track. Now you're kind of losing me a little bit. And so we went in about, you know, how it's not appropriate for white people to say the N-word at all. And he didn't understand that. And then we went into cultural appropriation. And then we went into, you know, civil rights. And then we went into all these other issues. And he was like, you know what, dude, you're a fucking troll. Get out of my stream. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm a troll? really? He's like, oh, and then there was somebody else in there trying to, debate me on the issues that I was bringing up, and they was like, oh, you're not answering my questions. You're a fucking troll. You can't answer me. I'm like, dude, it's like 3 people in here throwing all these comments at me, and I can't even text that fast. I was like, you know what? If y'all really want a real debate, I'll turn on my own fucking stream, and y'all can come in my stream, and y'all can ask all the questions you want to. Yo, Saturday night. But nobody ever came in and never heard from anybody again. But it's whatever, yo. PewDiePie, yeah. I watched some of his stuff before, but I'm not gonna continue to watch him if that's the kind of guy he is. You get mad at a video game and the first thing you say is "fuck you, nigger." Like, it's a game, bro. Calm down. I can imagine what would happen if you came home and caught me banging your girlfriend. You'll really be mad, wouldn't it? But that's the way of the world. And then, like, the one issue that I really couldn't get over is like, oh, well, if you say nigga, it's like a term of endearment. It's like buddy or pal or comrade or companion. That's my nigga. Okay, yeah, I understand that. I really do understand that. But that's our fucking word. That's our word. And nobody else should be able to use it except us. Because every race, when you look at it, has some kind of derogatory, negative term applied to them by other races. So people call whites, crackers, honkies, pink toes, pole buckers, shit like that. People call blacks niggas, porch monkeys, coons, spooks, shit like that. People call Asians, chinks or gooks or fucking slant eyes or shit like that, But no other race has taken a negative, derogatory term applied to them by another race and have consistently changed that word into a positive, almost a positive affirmation term of endearment. No one else has been able to do that. So you don't see white people going around, "What's up, my cracker?" and and spell it differently so it has a different connotation to it. Put a AH on the end of cracker instead of ER. And be, "Oh, what's up, cracker? How you, oh, man?" You know what I'm saying? "Yeah, chilling with my crackers, chilling with my crackers." Nobody don't do that shit. You don't see Mexicans like, "Yeah, chilling with my spicks and my wetbacks, chilling with my spicks and my wetbacks." But we've been able to do something so tremendous and intellectually and psychologically fundamental to the way that we look at ourselves to change this negative word into a positive thing, and so that we can use it to communicate an idea to each other. And then everybody else wants to pick up on it too. Well, you call each other niggers. Why can't I say nigger? You call each other niggers. It's all in your music and all in your raps. Nigga this and nigga that. That's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to say nigga too. You know what you should be able to do? You take the word cracker and you make it a positive word. And you call you and all your homies crackers. Or you take the word chink and you make that a positive term and you do that shit yourself. Or wetbacks or spinks or krauts or whatever. You take your own negative words from your own race and make it positive. And we won't use that shit. Y'all can have it to yourself, because I don't call white people crackers. I'm using it to explain the point here, but that's not a word I use. I don't have to. Just like I don't use the word nigga around white people. If I'm talking to my niggas, it's gonna be a room full of black people. Where everybody know what I'm saying and how I'm using it in a contextual form. So I don't get around white people saying crackers and niggas. If y'all want to use the word, use your own word and make a word for yourself. In America, everything has been taken from the black man. Everything, every fucking thing. And we got this one word, and motherfuckers want to take that shit from us too, because we did that shit. We created that shit. We changed the spelling. We changed the connotation and denotation of the word. We changed it from a negative to a positive. We were able to do that. But everybody else wanna be the I can say nigga too. Now get the fuck out of here. No, Gino, nobody killing Whitey. And I have my own struggles and battles with the N-word, you know? It really does. No, Therm, and get that shit out the way, and that's a bad argument. Oh, nigger means ignorant. No, you know what? You know what means ignorant? Ignorant means ignorant. If you're European and you speak English, you have a very good foundation of the English language. Words are words. Yeah, we have some synonyms and you can pull up a thesaurus and find different words, but ignorant means ignorant. Nigger means a dark-skinned person of African descent. That's what nigger means. That's what the original meaning of the word for nigger. There was never a nigger until slavery. The word nigger never existed until slavery. There were no niggers. There were no fucking niggers nowhere until the white man decided to call the black man nigger, not call him ignorant or unintelligent or simpleton. No, those words were already in existence. They were already there, but that's not the same thing. Nigger does not mean ignorant. It doesn't. So that debate is done. It's a fucking dumbass. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina too, Justin. Darlington County, 843 in this bitch, yo. 843-803. You know what I'm saying? Southwest in this bitch. So yeah, small world, yo. But yeah, so the N-word it doesn't mean ignorant. And I hate that argument. Oh, anybody can be a nigger. No. Anybody can't be a nigger. Because in the fucking 1600s and 1700s, it was pretty clear that the European didn't like fucking Jews. He said, no blacks, our niggers need apply. No motherfucking, damn, my shit burning wrong. Who the other people always talking about they was slaves too? All y'all motherfuckers, man. Yo, let me get this Nightbot off here. I've had my laptop open for a minute. They never turned that Nightbot off. I don't know, cause it's weird. Like Puerto Rican is not a race. It's weird with Spanish people, like how Spanish people are classified by race, because it's really hard to classify you guys, because if you say I'm Puerto Rican, that's not a race. Or if you say I'm Mexican, like that's not really a race either. So I don't know if you, just because you're you're probably brown. You probably have a brown color skin because you're from Puerto Rico. But what does that make you? I really don't know. You look mixed to me. You look black and white to me, MB. I've never asked you that because I just assumed, and I never wanted to tell you my assumption because once you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. But Latino or Hispanic, they're not races either. They're cultures. You can be of the Latino culture or Hispanic culture, but Hispanic is not a race technically. Latino is technically not a race either. We have very, very few classifications of race. Caucasian, Mongolian or Mongoloid, the Negroid, the Asian. But there is no Hispanic race or Latino race. It's weird when it comes to Spanish people. It's really awkward because you're such a mixture of African, Indian, and Italian that there's like no way to really fucking differentiate that shit into which one you are the most of. South American countries they have been uh, purposely flooded with more Europeans to make it seem that way. The European has colonized the world, and so they try to find the best places on earth to colonize the most so they can say, oh, look, we were always here. This is our shit. Like South Africa, North Africa, Southern South America, North America, Australia. They're not native to any of those places, but they, is better resources and warmer tropical or temperate zones where growing seasons are longer, so they've migrated to the better places on the planet because they come from mainly northern Eurasia, and which doesn't have a lot of natural resources or anything really. So once the Europeans started traveling, conquering, and colonizing different areas of the world, they're like, oh yeah, southern South America is mostly white. Yeah, but was it always like that? No. Oh no. Oh no. Africa definitely doesn't. Trust me, I know. The destruction of black civilization, great issues over race from 4500 BC to 2000. 2000 AD was 17 years ago. So this book covers a lot of fucking history, and Africa does not have a good track record. You know why? Africans are too loving. Africa says, yeah, man, come on. Look at all this land. Man, I got animals. I got water. I got trees. Man, we got gold. I don't know what y'all care about this gold so much, but it's there. You can have it if you want. We don't really fuck with the gold. It's just gold. We got everything. Come on, man, come have some. And the whole world say, you know what, Africa? You're sure right. I think we will come and have some. You know what? We might have all of it. No, the whole fucking thing. All of it. You know what? We want your history too. All your technology, all your ancient writings. Zimbabwe? No. We're going to call it Rhodesia now. This is now Rhodesia. It's not Zimbabwe anymore because I own this shit now. Yeah, Africa doesn't have a good track record. Yo, I swear, yo, I think about that shit all the time, yo. If I can do like the Jay-Z, Beyonce shit and just buy a little island somewhere, I would literally do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I already been like on this vegan shit too, man. At first, I always said I'll buy an island, you know what I'm saying, with enough resources on it to build in the area where you can grow. And all you need is like a couple of crops, some chickens, some cows, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. But now I think about it, I don't even need the chickens and the cows. Fuck it, I just grow some more okra. I just grow more broccoli. You know, fuck the animals. I don't even really need the animals. What about milk? I don't drink that shit. I drink some water. I'd rather have water. I have some motherfucking, some orange trees, some pineapple trees. I drink pineapple juice, bitch. I drink me some apple juice. I don't need to drink cow's milk. I don't need to eat the flesh of an animal. Gino, not probably. I've been watched by different intelligence agencies for about a decade now, and sometimes I forget to give this disclaimer to my viewers, but you guys are suspect and are under surveillance just due to the simple fact that you are associating with me right now, that you're in my stream and you're listening to some of my radical ideas and comments. So you are currently being watched too. I'm sorry and I apologize for that, but that's just how it goes. But you know, it's either fucking put your head in the hole or stay in front of the fucking camera. So, you're going to be Dr. King or Malcolm X. It don't matter, because they're going to kill you either way. You're going to die either way. It don't matter. And they didn't have tattoos and guns and football jerseys and saggy pants with gold teeth and big chains. They ain't had none of that shit. They dressed in suits and ties. They went to church every day, and they still got assassinated. So it really does not matter. The fuck you gonna hide from? Oh, you know the CIA watching? Yeah. Yes. Hey guys. See you too. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. So I have a bumper sticker that says 9/11 was an inside job. I have a bumper sticker that says audit the Fed, and I have a bumper sticker representing Oath Keepers. And on 9/11, I wore my 9/11 was an inside job shirt to work, which is signed by Alex Jones, which I got signed from Alex Jones in Chantilly, Virginia in 2012 when we were protesting the Bilderberg Group. I actually met Webster Tarpley and I met Mark Dice out there that same day. So, yeah, that 9/11 shit really changed my life. I was 19 years old, living in Philadelphia in 2001 when that event happened. And I've been doing in-depth conspiracy research ever since. Ever since. Like, my best friend, Brandon Turbyville, wrote this book, 7 Real Conspiracies. Chapter 1, the Federal Reserve is not federal. I know you guys may not believe that, but it's not. This just really isn't. Chapter 2, vaccines are bad for you. You might not think vaccines are bad for you, but they are. And we have chapter 3, chemtrails. Whoa, dude. Now, we've been on this shit for years, bro. I'm 36. I know I look kind of young. I look like I could be in my 20s or something like that. Maybe if I shave. If I like cut my hair off and got like a fade and shave my mustache and beard, I could look really young. But I'm not young, bro. I'm almost 40. And I've been doing research well over a decade. So all that Donald Rumsfeld shit, Lockheed Martin, you know what I'm saying? Dick Cheney being the vice president of Halliburton and then being the vice president of America. Like, we don't see this shit. Nobody sees this, right? So we say 19 terrorist hijackers committed the 9/11 atrocities, and then we go get Saddam Hussein. That makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't it? It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Whoa, the population reduction agenda. Because just like when in the other stream when I was talking to the guy about PewDiePie saying nigger, we got on this subject right here. We went all through these whole topics, and I'm like, you're wrong about that. But you're wrong about that. And you're wrong about that. And they talking about, oh, something. I'm like, oh, it's like the same thing with gays. I'm like, no, calling someone nigger and calling someone gay is different. You know, people choose to be gay. No one ever chose to be a slave. And then we went in, oh, people don't choose to be gay. You don't just wake up and say, oh, I'm gonna be gay today. And it's like, yeah, you do. It's a choice. And we got into this whole gay choice thing. And then it went into, what's so wrong with being gay? I'm like, well, it's not natural. It's anti-nature. It's not anti-nature. Animals are gay in nature. Plants are gay in nature. And I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, but we're supposed to reproduce and populate the earth. Oh, we're overpopulated right now. We're not overpopulated. Fluoride in your water. Oh man, this book is deep, yo. This book go into it, and it's only seven conspiracies. Conspiracy number 6, one world government. And conspiracy number 7, 9/11. So, been up on this shit. Yeah, and so, Ted Phillips, everybody knows who he is. You know, Phillips wouldn't let his kids use laptops because of the radiation emitted. That's why you rarely ever see me with my laptop holding that shit. And then when I do have my laptop and I'm holding it, I hold that shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Because listen to the name of this device. This is psychological. It's a lap. This is your lap. It's a laptop. So they don't really want you to set it on the table or hold it. They want you to set it like this on your lap. It's a laptop. And so all this radiation, where in the fuck is that shit going? Straight into your sex organs. When you set this shit right here all day like that, man, you're fucking yourself up because, oh, I gotta get my laptop. No, don't set that shit on me, yo. That shit'll destroy you. And for the past 20 years, the American male sperm cell count has been dropping. Less and less sperm. You can't make sperm like we used to. Why? Because motherfuckers on all these devices all the time like that, yo. Yeah. What? What's going on, Pigeon? Yeah, shit is crazy, man. It's all soft kill tactics, yo. Soft kill tactics. Everything is done in a certain way to manipulate the human organism into outrageous cellular activity or uncontrollable cell growth, which is cancer. You know? They trying to kill everybody because the Georgia Guidestones say so. You know what I'm saying? What's the first thing the Georgia Guidestones tell you to do? Very, very, very first thing on their agenda. And so once you peep that, you already know what time it is. So everything else is just something adding up to that. Yeah, hey, last time I went to the city, man, I seen them shits around the city, man. These big ass, like, blue, like, turquoise machines. I seen one dude on that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, it's like a tablet or something. It's like a free tablet you can use. I'm like, really?
We do not seem to know a way of calling upon our brains, because our brains can handle an enormous number of variables that are not accessible to the process of conscious attention. Your brain is now handling your blood chemistry, the secretions from your glands, the behavior of millions of cells. It is doing all that without translating the processes it is handling into consciously reviewed words, symbols, or numbers.
I ain't never heard that about the x-ray machines and riding around in vans and shit, but if these motherfuckers putting these fucking aerosol pumps, these giant ass aerosol pumps in airplanes and flying around chemtrailing motherfuckers and riding around with x-ray machines and vans, that shit wouldn't surprise me, bro. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Don't nothing surprise me no more, man. If that shit sound, sometimes the more outrageous shit sound, the more realistic it probably is, yo. Oh, I thought I was going to turn this Nightbot off for a minute. I forgot to do that. The Nightbot was in here tripping on my homies and shit, yo. Nightbot don't play that shit. Yo. Socks, stop with all that caps, yo. I don't play all them capital letters. Oh, sorry, Mr. Prince. How are you doing this evening? Oh, I went and doubt it, bruh. I went and doubt it. You know what I'm saying? The new Jim Crow. You gotta catch them by all means, whatever it take. You know what I'm saying? Preemptive, pre-thought, all that shit, man. Going right back to the Skynet shit. You know what I'm saying? Minority report. What kind of police report of a black man? Oh, that was a minority report. But what happened? Oh, we had to use Skynet to catch this motherfucker before he committed a crime. But we gonna charge him with the crime he was about to commit anyway, because we know he was about to do it. Oh, you got some drugs on you? Yeah, distribution within the proximity of a park in a school zone. You a felon now. You is a felon now. You can't vote, and you can never own a gun. You can never own a gun. Never. Word? Like, when you say never, like never ever? It's fucked up. If we catch you with a gun, going to jail. Man, this shit moving slow as hell. All I want to do is turn Nightbot off. Alright. There it goes. Alright. What? Sleep, need to eat. I don't know what just happened. Yo, I don't know, my laptop just disconnected from the Wi-Fi by itself. Screw that. Alright. Go to moderators. I'm just trying to turn off Nightbot. Nightbot is annoying sometimes. Carl Bridge. I gotta move to Cape Town. Yeah, it's really beautiful down there. That's why it's been colonized for so many generations, you know what I'm saying? So many generations South Africa has been colonized because it is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fucking place, yo. Once again, with so many precious natural resources. Like, them motherfuckers will not give that shit up, yo. They like, fuck that. We're from South Africa. No. Oh, we've been here for a long time. Yeah, but you're not from there. So, you can go home. Those Africans they're getting balls now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different African countries are trying to reclaim their natural sovereignty and shit like that. And, I don't know. I think because America is falling and America will fall in like the next 200 years, the globe is going to look really, really fucking different, yo. Really different. Nightbot, you're out of here. Finally got that shit turned off. I don't know. There are documentations that the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the amendments, they really did try to make this shit last, yo. They really did. But Egypt had 18 fucking dynasties that we know of because there was great civilizations for 10,000 years even before Egypt. But for some reason, Egypt is always our starting point. But the Moors had Italy for fucking 800-900 years. Look how long Greece lasted for 1,000 years. Motherfucking look how long the Ottoman Turkish Empire lasted. And Japan and China, these motherfuckers been around. They haven't changed. Japan and China are still there. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of years of old history, old culture. And they're there. In America and less than 500 years, this shit is already out the fucking door, yo. It's crazy. It's like, but it's weird because we are the last established, like, great nation. And so these Europeans took the accumulated knowledge that they already had from previous centuries of conquest, manipulation, war, and banking, and they try to put all of that shit together and say, yo, we're going to make the perfect fucking society just for us. The perfect shit for us. But they realize it just can't be for them. And now is crumbling and is falling apart. And just like every other great civilization, it falls from within. There's very few civilizations that have fallen because they were conquered militarily. Most of the time, the evil siphons in, it interbreeds into the society and kind of grows up, and then shit starts breaking down from the fucking inside every time, yo. And welcome to fucking America. 1776 was our fucking true establishment. So 1776, 1876, 1976, we got to make it to 2076, just to have a couple centuries under our belt. Man, this shit ain't going according to their plans, yo. It's all fucked up. It doesn't make you think where Trump is after. It should already let you know where Trump is after. The president is a puppet position. It is a man who goes down in history as being the president. So the fuck what? It really doesn't mean anything anymore. It really doesn't. Trump is a businessman. Trump has a brand name. He has a brand name. That's all he's expanding his brand from suits and ties and hotels and restaurants to political campaigns, the Trump party, President Trump. And that makes his brand go up. And he's a smart enough man to know that everything will be dictated to him. He really doesn't have to do anything other than show up. Where's my speech? All right, you gonna put this on a prompter? Yeah. I don't really want to say drain the swamp. You gotta say drain the swamp. It sounds kind of hokey. Say drain the swamp. And I'm gonna drain the swamp of corruption. Yay! You know what? They really did like that drain the swamp part. Who would have guessed that? Yeah, and he knows that's how it is. And so he gets a free pass. He goes down in history, and his brand name is fucking planked up. That's what the presidency is. It's a spot in fucking history. Oh, I was the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? So what? My fucking uncle was the dean of a fucking university. Did that change the fucking world? Not really. You know, not on a grand scale. No. Shit don't mean shit. The banks and the corporations is where it's at, y'all. Good night. What time is it? It's almost. Yo, I've been here for like. Lone Stoner. Mm-hmm. Alaikum salam, man. Alright, I've been here for almost 2 hours with no pain. No problem. Flat broke. Hey guys, we were up to like fucking 30 something viewers for a little while. Had some really good talks in here. I've been in here for almost 2 hours and literally have not painted at all. This is when everybody goes to sleep. I know it's boring watching me paint, but I really do need to work on this because I'm getting sleepy again. And it's what? It's 4:47 a.m. I'll probably be back to sleep like 6 o'clock. So I am definitely gonna get my brushes wet and work on this piece a little bit. All right, guys. But it is great talking with you guys. I swear it is. I love having these conversations, answering questions, bringing up different topics, debating with people, especially when people are from different parts of the world. I get all kind of people from the UK, Australia, Canada, you know, and we don't think the same, and that's fucking awesome. I love that shit. I love talking to people who don't think like me. I want to know how you think. I want your opinion on shit. I want your insight and your perspective. And maybe that should have changed the way I see shit. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I'm not looking at the full broader picture and not able to see the whole spectrum. But your insight can pull me a little bit closer to the way you see it. And that's how we all can progress and become better people, by putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and really, 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 really looking at a situation from a different perspective. You know, and until you can do that, you'll never get along with everybody, and you'll never figure out real problems because you're always going to look at the same problem from the same point of view. And if you can't solve the problem from that point of view, then you'll never solve the problem because you won't look at it from a different angle. That Absolver game, that fighting game, that shit is crazy. Let me take a bathroom break. Coming right back, guys. Yeah, that Absolver is a fucking crazy ass fighting game, yeah. I was playing that a little while right before I went to bed earlier. So I'll show you guys what I'm working with right here. I got some pink brown, some Indian red, some Bernie ochre, some transparent earth orange, This is raw umber and some Van Dyke Brown. And then I have some gold ochre and some yellow ochre, some cadmium red, some cadmium orange. This is flesh tone, some Naples yellow, and this is Caucasian skin tone and a little bit of white. So I'm gonna try to work on that a little bit.
Connected to iPhone. Connected to Galaxy Tab A2016. Galaxy Tab A2016. Disconnected. Connected to Galaxy Tab A2016 and iPhone. Galaxy Tab A2016. Disconnected.
What the?
Now, when I use the word thinking, I mean precisely that process. Translating what is going on in nature into words, symbols, or numbers. But you cannot quench anybody's thirst with the word water, just as you cannot eat a dollar bill and derive nutrition. Using symbols and using conscious intelligence, scanning, has proved very useful to us. It has given us such technology as we have. But at the same time, it has proved too much of a good thing. At the same time, we've become so fascinated with it that we confuse the world as it is with the world as it is thought about, talked about, and figured about. That is to say, with the world as it is described. And the difference between these two is vast. And when we are not aware of ourselves, except in a symbolic way, we are not related to ourselves at all. We're like people eating menus instead of dinners. And that's why we all feel psychologically frustrated. So then we get back to the question of what do we mean by I? Well, first of all, obviously, we mean our symbol of ourselves. psychophysical organism, conscious and unconscious, plus its environment. That's your real self. Your real self, in other words, is the universe as centered on your organism. That's you. What you do is also a doing of your environment. Your behavior is its behavior as much as its behavior is your behavior. It's mutual. We could say this transaction. You are not a puppet which your environment pushes around. Nor is the environment a puppet which you push around. They go together. They act together. In the same way, for example, if I have a wheel, one side of it going down is the same as the other side of it going up. When you handle the steering wheel of a car, are you pulling it or are you pushing it? No, you're doing both, aren't you? When you pull it down this side, you're pushing it up that side. It's all one. So there's a push-pull between organism and environment. We are only rarely aware of this as when, in curious alterations of consciousness, which we call mystical experience, cosmic consciousness, an individual gets the feeling that everything that is happening is his own doing, or the opposite of that feeling, that he isn't doing anything, but that all his doings, his decisions and so forth, are happenings of nature. You can describe it in these two completely opposite ways, but you're talking about the same experience. You're talking about experiencing your own activity and the activity of nature as one single process. And you can describe it as if you were omnipotent, like God, or as if it were completely deterministic and you hardly existed at all. But remember, both points of view are right. We'll see where that gets us. But we don't feel that, do we, ordinarily? What we feel instead is an identification of ourselves with our idea of ourselves. Or I would rather say, with our image of ourselves. And that's the person, or the ego. You play a role. You identify with that role. I play a role. It's called Alan Watts. And I know very well that that's a big act. I can play some other roles besides Alan Watts if necessary. But I find that this one is better for making a living. But I assure you it's a mask and I don't take it seriously. You know, the idea of my being a kind of messiah or guru or savior of the world just breaks me up. As I know me. So it's very difficult to be holy in the ordinary sense. So I know I'm not that. But most of us are taught to think that we are whom we are called. And when you're a little child, and you begin to learn a role, and your parents and your peers approve of your being that. They know who you are. You're predictable, so you can be controlled. But when you act out of role and you imitate some other child's behavior, everybody points the finger and says, you're not being true to yourself. Johnny, that's not you, that's Peter. And so you learn to stay Peter, or to stay Johnny. But of course, you're not either. Because this is just the image of you. It's as much of you as you can get into your conscious attention, which is precious little. Your image of yourself contains no information about how you structure your nervous system. It contains no information about your blood chemistry. It contains almost no information about the subtle influences of society upon your behavior. It does not include the basic assumptions of your culture, which are all taken for granted and unconscious. And you can't find them out unless you study other cultures to see how their basic assumptions differ. It includes all kinds of illusions that you're completely unaware of, as, for example, that time is real, and that there is such a thing as a past, which is pure hope. But nevertheless, all these things are unconscious in us, and they are not included in our image of ourselves, nor, of course, included in our image of ourselves is there any information about our inseparable relationships with the whole natural universe. So, this is a very impoverished image. When you ask a person, what did you do yesterday? They'll give you a historical account of a certain number of events in which they participated and a certain number of things which they saw, used, or were clobbered by. But realize at once that this history leaves out most of what happened. In trying to describe what happens to me this evening, will never be able to describe it, because there are so many people here that if I were to talk about everyone whom I've seen, what they were wearing, what color their hair was, what sort of expressions they had on their faces, I would have to talk till doomsday. So instead of this rich physical experience, which is very rich indeed, I have to attenuate it in memory and description, saying, oh, I met a lot of people in Philadelphia. And there were men and there were women, and lots of them were young and some of them were old. You know, it's the most utterly impoverished account of what went on. So therefore, in thinking of ourselves in this way, what I did yesterday, what I did the day before, in terms of this stringy, mangy account, all I have is a caricature of myself. And you know the caricaturist doesn't draw you all in, he just puts certain salient features whereby people will recognize you. It's not a skeleton. So we are, as it were, conceiving ourselves as a bunch of skeletons. And they got no flesh on them, just a bunch of bones. And no wonder we all feel inadequate. We're all looking for something, to the future, to bring us the goodie. We know we ought to have, there's a golden goodie at the end of the line somewhere. There's a good time coming, be it ever so far away, that one far-off divine event to which all creation moves. We hope. And therefore we say of something that's no good, it has no future. I would say it has no present. But everybody says it has no future. Now, here we are, as it were, psychically starved. And always, therefore, looking, seeking. And this confused seeking is going on everywhere. We don't know what we want. Nobody knows what they want. We say yes, we think of what we want in vague terms. Pleasure, money, wealth, love, fulfillment, personal development. But we don't know what we mean by all that. If a person really sits down to figure out, write a long essay, 20 pages, on your idea of heaven, it'll be a sorry production. You could see it already in medieval art, whether it did depictions of heaven and hell. Hell is always much better than heaven. Although it's uncomfortable, it's a sadomasochistic orgy. Wowee, you know, hell is really rip-roaring. Whereas all the saints in heaven are sitting you know, very, very smug and demure, like they were in church. And you see also the multitudes of the saved. Instead of this writhing, wormy thing, you can see all their heads, which the artist has drawn to abbreviate them, just the tops of their heads in masses. They look like cobblestone street. Flattened out. So, what has happened then is this. That our eye is an illusion. It's an image. And it is no more ourself than an idol is the Godhead. But we say, it can't be so because I feel I really exist. It isn't just an idea in my head, it's a feeling. I feel me. Well, what is it that you feel when you feel I? Tell you. What do you do when somebody says, pay attention? What is the difference between looking at something and taking a hard look at it? Or between hearing something and listening intently? What's the difference? What's the difference between waiting while something goes on and enduring it? Why? The difference is this, that when you pay attention, instead of just looking, you screw up your face, you frown and stare. That is a muscular activity around here. When you will, you grit your teeth or clench your fists. When you endure or control yourself, you pull yourself together physically, and therefore you get uptight. You hold your breath. You do all kinds of muscular things to control the functioning of your nervous system, and none of them have the slightest effect on the proper operation of the nervous system. If you stare at things, you will rather fuzz the image than see them clearly. If you listen intently by concentrating on muscles round the ears, you will be so much attending to muscles here that you won't hear things properly, and you may get singing in the ears. If you tighten up with your body to pull yourself together, all you do is constrict yourself. I remember in school, I sat next to a boy who had great difficulty in learning to read. And what they always say to children is, try. If you can't do something, you must try. So the boy tries, and what has he done? When he's trying to get out words, he grunts and groans as if he were lifting weights. And the teacher's impressed. The boy is really trying, gives him B for effort. All he's doing has nothing to do with it. Now, we all make this muscular struggle with the thought that it's achieving psychological results, the sort of psychological results it's intended to achieve. Now, all this amounts to is it's like you're taking off in a jet plane. You've got a mile down the runway and the thing isn't up in the air yet. You get nervous. So you start pulling at your seatbelt. That's what it is. Now, that is a chronic feeling. We have it in us all the time, and it corresponds to the word I. That's what you feel when you say I. You feel that chronic tension. Because when an organ is working properly, you don't feel it. If you see your eye, you've got cataract. If you hear your ears, you've got singing in your ears, getting in the way of hearing. When you are fully functioning, you are unaware of the organ. When you're thinking clearly, your brain isn't getting in your way. Actually, of course, you are seeing your eyes in the sense that everything you see out in front of you is a condition in the optic nerves at the back of the skull. You're not aware of the I as the I. I'm talking about the optical I. So when we are aware of the ego I, we are aware of this chronic tension inside ourselves. And that's not us. It's a futile tension. So when we get the illusion, the image of ourselves, married to a futile tension, you've got an illusion married to a futility. And then you wonder why I can't do anything. Why I feel in the face of all the problems of the world impotent. And why I somehow cannot manage to transform I. Now here we get to the real problem. Because we're always telling each other that we should be different. Now I'm not going to tell you that tonight. Why not? Because I know you can't. Nor can I. That may sound depressing, but I'll show you it isn't. It's very heartening. But everybody, you see, who is at all sensitive and awake to their own problems and human problems is trying to change himself. We know we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. If we are all individually selfish, we're going to be collectively selfish. If we don't really love people and only pretend to, somehow we've got to find a way to love. After all, it's said in the Bible, thou shalt love the Lord thy God and your neighbor as yourself. You must love. Yeah, we all agree. Sure. But we don't. In fact, one psychologist very smartly asked a patient, with whom are you in love against? And this particularly becomes appalling when we enter into the realm of higher things. Everybody these days is interested in spiritual development. And wisely, because we want to change our consciousness. Many people are well aware that this egocentric consciousness is a hallucination. They presume it's the function of religion to change it. Because that's what the Zen Buddhists and yogis and all these people in the Orient are doing. They're changing their state of consciousness to get something called satori, or mystical experience, or nirvana, or moksha, or what have you. And everybody around here is really...
This is a friend of mine.
Because you don't get that in church. I mean, there have been Christian mystics, but the church has been very quiet about them. In the average church, all you get is talk.
Yeah, never been good at art. Yeah, man, this is my passion, bro.
No meditation, no spiritual discipline. They tell God what to do interminably, as if he didn't know. And then they tell the people what to do, as if they could or even wanted to. And then they sing religious nursery rhymes. And then, to cap it all, the Roman Catholic Church, which did at least have an unintelligible service, which was, you know, it was real mysterious and suggested vast magic going on. They went and put the thing into bad English. And they took away incense, and they became a bunch of Protestants. And the thing was just terrible. So now all these Catholics are at loose ends. As Claire Booth Luce put it, not to be pun, but she said, you know, it's no longer possible to practice contemplative prayer at Mass. Because you're being advised, exhorted, edified all the time. And it becomes a bore. Think of God, listening to all those prayers. Talking about grieving the Holy Spirit. It's just awful. People have no consideration for God at all.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'll show you the painting I just finished, yo. I finished the painting yesterday. I'll probably get off in a minute. I've been up for a while. I need to go get some more sleep.
But in pursuing these spiritual disciplines, yoga and Zen and so forth, and also psychotherapy, there comes up a big difficulty. And the big difficulty is this. I want to find a method whereby I can change my consciousness. But therefore to improve myself. But the self that needs to be improved is the one that is doing the improving.
Ain't nobody can ever replace Banksy, man. You know how that is. You know? I show honor to the greats.
And so I'm rather stuck. I find out the reason that I think I believe, say, in God.
I think I'm closer to being the Black Bob Ross.
I hope that somehow God will rescue me. In other words, I want to hang on to my own existence.
Not saying that Bob Ross wasn't great. He can't ever be replaced. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will never do it like Bob.
If I could be loving, I would have a better opinion of myself. I'd feel better about it. I could face myself, as people say, if I were more loving. So the unloving me, somehow, by some gimmickry, has to turn itself into a loving me, and this is just like trying to lift yourself off the ground with your own bootstraps. It can't be done. And that's why religion, in practice, mainly produces hypocrisy.
Yeah, Banksy the shit, yo. I follow
Because of
mad ass
the-
graffiti artists, yo. Trust me.
People go and
I
study
love
there.
graffiti just cause I can't do it. You know, that shit really fucking amazes me. These guys get out here and paint these gigantic murals with cans of spray paint. Like, oh my god, you know how hard it is to control spray paint? And the shit that these guys do, man, like I love it, yo. I love it. Just cause it's not my field, it's not my medium. I respect all those guys, yo. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers up on Scalferton and shit, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
You know, the biggest ego trip going is getting rid of your ego. And the joke of it all is your ego doesn't exist. There's nothing to get rid of. It's an illusion, as I tried to explain. But you still want to ask how to stop the illusion. Now, who's asking?
I'm asking. Well, I'm I the same way that you feel that you are I.
I mean, do you think, in the ordinary sense in which you use the word I, how can
I've heard of
I
Edward Hopper
identify
before. I don't think I've ever heard Nighthawks though.
Simply you can't.
Which painting was that?
Now, the Christians put it in their way when they say that mystical experience.
Now, I think one of my homegirls put me up on Edward Hopper.
Man
She
as
told me to
such
check out
cannot
some of his
choose
stuff.
experience. It is a gift of God, and if God doesn't give it to you, there's no way of getting it. Now that is solidly true. You
That's
can't
like
do anything about it.
In a diner? That's a painting of a diner or something? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, you say that's pretty depressing news. But the whole point is, it isn't depressing news. It is the joy.
It's only like one of the most famous American paintings, bro. You better know it. Or like The Problem We All Deal With by Norman Rockwell. Do you know what that piece is? That's one of my favorite American paintings of all time.
Nor can you get rid of it. In not being able to get it, you get it. When you speak, it's silent. When you are silent, it speaks. Now, in not being able to get it, you get it. Because this whole feeling, what Krishnamurti is trying to explain to people, for example, when he says, why do you ask for a method? There is no method. All methods are simply gimmicks for strengthening your ego.
It's cool. As long as you support the arts, as long as you got a love for it, as long as Mr. Hopper brings you that piece of Americana where you can feel that nostalgia, you know. I can imagine, you know, my grandparents at a young age in some diner like that, just hanging out, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
This is the gospel, the good news.
That's what art does. You're not actually buying the paint or the brush strokes or even the the talent of the artist. What you're buying is the idea or the conception. That's what you buy, that feeling, that emotion that makes that connection with you in some way or another. That's what you purchase when you purchase art. It's not, you know, oh, because it's an Andy Warhol
You can't
or
do anything about it. You're at your wit's end.
you know, it's because of how it makes you feel.
But supposing you just put that off for a little
And that's crazy. Like, just looking at an image can make you feel a different way.
You can't control your thoughts. You can't control your feelings because there is no controller.
And that, I'm the same way, dude. Like, I've only really started to study art in the past couple years. I actually failed art in high school. No lie. Like, and then I dropped out of high school, so it's like double whammy. So most of the shit I know now is just things that I've
Are you doing that?
started to study and pick up myself because I feel like I need to know a little bit more about art history, art culture if I'm really gonna be and consider myself an artist.
I mean, is breathing something that you do?
But honestly, I hate the fucking literature part of art. That's why I failed art. I could not pass a fucking test. I don't know what year fucking Rembrandt died. I don't know what style Gauguin used in, I don't know what year what
Your breathing is happening.
you know, century the fucking the 16th chapel was painted.
You're hearing,
Who
you're seeing.
who gives a fuck about that shit? Just let me draw something, you know? I just pointicity, post-modern, impressionism. I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care about that.
This begins to be a vision of who you really are.
Surrealism.
And that's the way you function.
Yeah, you know, motherfucking Dali is cool. I like Dali shit. You can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. It looks cool to me. I don't know the technical term for the category you want to put his art in. It's a fucking
You
painting.
should realize.
The clock look like it's melting. So what? Calm down.
I cannot possibly preach it to you. Because the minute you start thinking,
Yeah, you guys had a really good Renaissance, yo.
this stupid notion
And
that
then-
I should bring it about, and there is no you to
But
bring it about.
you guys Renaissance came right after the Italian Renaissance.
All I can do is to talk about what is. It amuses me to talk about what is because it's wonderful. I love it, and therefore I like to talk. If I get paid for it, then I make my living. And sensible people get paid for doing what they enjoy doing. So this is not you see, this is the whole approach here is not to convert you, not to make you over, not to improve you, but for you to discover. If you really knew the way you are, things would be sane. But you see, you can't do that. You can't make that discovery because you're in your own way. So long as you think I'm I.
Wow, really? PlayStation camera?
So long as that hallucination pops.
You just gonna do like that, PlayStation camera?
The hallucination disappears only in the realization of its own futility.
Yeah, I like more
At last,
contemporary
you
art
see,
too.
You can't do it. You cannot really control your own mind. See, when we
good
try,
stuff, and
a lot of yoga teachers try to get you to control your own mind, mainly to
Shazam. This is one of my favorite artists, French artists. He was really good.
nothing, you know, a fool who
Let
insists
me
that
take
his
a bathroom
folly will
break
become
real quick.
wise. So what they do is they speed up the folly. And so you get concentrating. And you can have a certain amount of superficial and initial success by a process commonly called self-hypnosis. And you can think you're making progress. And a good teacher will let you go along that way for a while until he really throws you with one. Why are you concentrating? See, Buddhism works this way. Buddha said, if you suffer because you desire, and your desires are either unattainable or always being disappointed or something. So, cut out desire. So those disciples went away and they stamped on desire, jumped on desire, cut the throat of desire, and threw out desire. And then they came back and they said, but you're still desiring not to desire. And they wondered how to get rid of that.
No,
So when you see that that's nonsense,
this was, I think it's just a gift. It was a gift to someone.
In seeing that you cannot control your mind, you realize there is no control. What you took to be the thinker of thoughts is just one of the thoughts. What you took to be the feeler of the feelings, which was that chronic muscular strain, is just one of the feelings. What you took to be the experiencer of experience is just part of the experience. So there isn't any thinker of thoughts, feeler of feelings. We get into that bind because we have a grammatical rule that verbs have to have subjects. And the funny thing about that is that verbs are processes and subjects and nouns, which is
this is Michael Mardo.
Noun start a verb. How does the
But I don't see his name in here anywhere. But it does have Leningrad on there. So.
But we always insist.
And this is it was
subject called the knower. And without a knower, there can't be knowing. Well, that's just a grammatical rule. It isn't a rule of nature. In nature, there's just knowing.
It has notes by the staff
You're feeling it.
from Heritage Leningrad. So I don't know. He probably was a part of putting this book together. 12/29/1968, and this book was published in. I never paid that any attention, honestly. I thought it was just like a gift to someone. Yeah, it might be because it was.
You are feeling it as if you were somehow different from the feeling.
Yeah,
When
it
I
was
say
published
I
in
have feeling,
'68.
what I mean is,
So,
there is feeling.
he probably
here.
was a part of
When
the
I say
staff,
You
yeah.
are feeling. I mean there is feeling there.
All right, Carl.
I have to say, even there is feeling. What a cumbersome language we have. Chinese is easier.
All right, yeah.
You don't have to put all that in. You can say things twice as fast in Chinese as you can in any other language. Well, anyway.
This
when
is a bunch of French art.
you come to see that you can do nothing, that the play of thought
Study the French artists.
just goes on by itself.
Yo, thanks for the follow, bro. French portrait
Then you
artist.
are in a state which we will call meditation. And slowly, without being pushed, your thoughts will come to silence. That is to
then
say, all the verbal
study the
symbolic chatter going on in the skull.
Italian
Don't try and
artist.
get rid of it, because that will again produce the illusion that there's a controller. Just it goes on, it goes on, it goes on. Finally, it gets tired of itself and bored and stops. And so then there's a silence. And this is a deeper level of meditation. And in that silence,
So yeah, like I said, I never,
you suddenly begin
in my younger days,
see
I never
the
really
world
fucking studied this stuff, but I feel like I need to know it now.
any
So
past,
I just try to
You don't see any future.
learn as much as I can as I go.
You can't find any material body, because material body is an idea. So is spiritual body. This is somebody's philosophical notions. See, reality isn't material. That's an idea. Reality isn't spiritual. That's an idea. Reality is. So, we find, if I've got to put it back into words, that we live in an eternal now. You've got all the time in the world, because you've got all the time there is, which is now. And you are this universe. This is therefore to say that the transformation of human consciousness through meditation is frustrated so long as we think of it in terms of something that I myself can bring about by some kind of wangle, by some sort of gimmick. Because you see, that leads to endless games of spiritual one-upmanship and of guru competitions. Of my guru is more effective than your guru. My yogas are faster than your yoga. I'm more aware of myself than you are. All that can just fall away. And then we get this strange feeling that we have never had, except occasionally by accident. Some people get a glimpse that we are no longer this poor little stranger and afraid in a world it never made, but that you are this universe, and you are creating it at every moment, because you see, it starts now. It didn't begin in the past. There was no past. See, if the universe began in the past, when that happened, it was now. See, but it's still now. So, cheer up. You can't blame anyone else for the kind of world you're in. And if you know, you see, that I, in the sense of the person, the front, the ego, it really doesn't exist, then it won't go to your head too badly if you wake up and discover that you're God. Are you going to trust it?
In the Western world, I suppose we have two dominant ideas about what happens to us when we die. There's the old-fashioned idea that after we die, we go to another world. I say old-fashioned, not to say it's out of date. We don't know what the answer to this is. But that's the traditional answer of the Western world. When you die, you go to another life. Maybe heaven, maybe purgatory, maybe hell. Who knows? I think nowadays, though, the more general idea, the more plausible idea to many people is that when we die, we just cease to be. That's all there is to it. But we're inclined, I think, to have in our minds a picture of this, which indeed is depressing, of being shut up in the dark for always and always and always. To be kind of buried alive in a blackness, where we are blind, deaf, and dumb, but somehow still conscious. There are different ideas of this. Think of it in this way. Supposing I make two statements. Statement one, after I die, I shall be reborn again as a baby, but I shall forget my former life. Statement two, after I die, a baby will be born. Now, I believe that those two statements are saying exactly the same thing. Death is not the end of consciousness. If we think of death as endless darkness, endless nothingness is not only inconceivable, but it's logically absolutely meaningless. Because we aren't able to have any idea, much less sensation of nothing, unless it can be compared with a sensation of something. And therefore, I think what is meant is that the vacuum created by the disappearance of a being, by the disappearance of his memory system, is simply filled by another being who is I, just as you feel you are I. about being I is that you can only experience this I sensation in the singular. You can't experience being two or three I's all at the same time. Now then, it seems to me that this idea has very important consequences. One is that the disappearance of our memory in death is not really something to be regretted. Of course, everybody wishes to hold forever to the memories and to the people and the situations that he particularly loves. But surely, if we think this through, is that what we actually want? Do we really want to have those we love, however greatly we love them, for always and always and always and always? Isn't it inconceivable that even in a very distant future, we wouldn't get tired of it? And this indeed is the secret of the thing. This is why the demon of impermanence is pronounced. Because it is forgetting about things that renews their wonder. Just think, when you opened your eyes on the world for the first time as a child, how brilliant colors were. What a jewel the sun was. What marvels the stars. How incredibly alive the trees were. That's all because they were new to your eyes. Or in the same way, you know how it is, you've been reading a mystery story. And you're looking around the house, want something to read, you pick up an old mystery story. If you read it years and years ago and you've forgotten all about the plot, it still excites you. But if you remember the plot, it doesn't excite you. And so, by the dispensation of forgetting, the world is constantly renewed. And we are able to see it again and again, and to love again and again, to have people to whom we are deeply attached and deeply fond, always with renewed intensity, and without the contrast of having seen them before, for always and always and always. Another consequence of this is a very curious realization. Who would I be if my mother had married someone else? These are the kind of questions that make us puzzle profoundly about our existence. I might so easily have been born in China and India. Why do I feel that the world is centered in this place, as distinct from some other place? In other words, you jolly well know the world is centered where you are. there is consciousness anywhere, that is I. You then, in a way, look out through all eyes, and that perhaps is the secret of the great virtue of compassion.
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna stop right there. And I'm gonna just get a couple more hours of sleep. I really don't have too much planned for later on today. So I'll wake up, grab me some breakfast or something, and come right back in the studio and start back working on this one. I have another project that I'm working on as well. So I'm gonna have a full day of painting today. And that's honestly my goal. Like, past couple of days I've been running errands. I went to the gym 2 days in a row. I really should go to the gym today, but I think I'm gonna just stay in the house today and really try to knock some of these hours down on these paintings. Get my little art thing in. I got today and tomorrow off. I really want to get as much of these done as I can in the next 2 days. So if this is your first time watching my stream, if I were you, I would definitely hit the subscribe button on the on YouTube, or if you're watching this the same way I normally watch it on PlayStation, you can follow me there from the PlayStation Network, and even send me a friend request if you want to. And follow me on social media too, guys. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My account name is Paintings by the Prince. You can find me on all of them. I use the same title because my last name is really Prince, and I paint, so it was kind of the obvious tag to take, you know, Paintings by the Prince. So I did get a good bit done on her face. Starting to look really nice. Get that softness to build up in there. Make her skin looks supple and soft like that. And I'll show you the ones that I just finished. So I just finished this painting yesterday. I was working on this for a while, but I had to take a couple of pauses because I had several commissions to do in between this one. But I finally got it done. That's a really good book by Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics, The National Plan to Empower Black America. This is a very, very wonderful and beautiful and talented model from South Carolina, actually. And so we did a nice photo shoot. And this piece turned out really, really well. I'm really pleased with it. I don't have, where's the photograph? I think I already put the photograph in the archive file. But this light in here, I really hate the lighting in my studio because the camera always picks up the glare, no matter really what angle you do it from. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this piece right now. Just chilling with it, having it in the studio, knowing that it's finished finally. You know, it's a good feeling. Just got another piece to add to my accolades. But that is dope, right? That looks good. I know it. That's a good piece, yo. I'm gonna let it dry for a couple more days and put a varnish on it. Probably paint the edges of it black. And like I said, I'm currently working on this piece. And I'm also working on this piece as well. So this right here is just the first layer of paint, so I need to go back in and start adding some more details to her face and her hair. So this is a commission piece. This is a piece for myself. I'm just doing that just because I want to paint it. But this is actually a commission for somebody. The young lady in the photograph actually is getting this done for herself. So as soon as this is done, it will be getting shipped off and will no longer be mine. Hey, yo, once again, man, I appreciate everybody stopping by, jumping in the stream to check me out, man. I've been here for just hit the 3-hour mark. Had a great conversation at the beginning for over an hour. Talked with a lot of really cool people. Met some new people tonight, and Candy Floss. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I don't see any candy floss. But anyway, what I was saying? Oh yeah, just ending the stream. Oh yeah, well, Callie, I'm about to get off. So if you want to follow and maybe chat later in a couple hours when I get back on. But what I was saying? Oh yeah, thanks for everybody stopping by, checking me out. All the wonderful comments, all the great questions, all the awesome compliments. You know, you guys are just really wonderful. I'm just lucky. I don't know, when I do my stream, I rarely get a lot of trolls. I just get a lot of cool people coming through the stream, and that's fucking awesome. So with that being said, always remember, work towards your own dreams. Chase your own dreams. If you're not working towards your own dreams, you're working towards somebody else's. And that does you no good at all. So what you need to do is work towards your own dreams. In order to do that, you got to invest in yourself, because you are important. Whether it be time, energy, or money, invest in yourself, because it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm up in the studio painting, you know, because that's what I do. So if you got any kind of talent at all, any kind of skills or talents, you need to, you know, practice, you know, consciously cultivate in your skills and your talents, and once you've mastered your talent, you need to figure out a way to make money off of it. And that's the American dream, you know, being able to earn a living doing something we actually enjoy doing. When I'm in the studio and I'm painting and people pay me for paintings, it's like recess. It's not like I'm working. It's like I left work, go outside and play, but instead of being on the playground, I'm in my studio and I have paints and paintbrushes. It feels the same way, like, you know, and that's what I enjoy doing. So if you have any kind of talent, master that craft. Become a master of your craft. Market that shit. Turn it into something. You know what I'm saying? It may work, it may not work, but, you know, that's the 50-50 chance. If you don't try, then we definitely know it's not going to work. But if you try, it might not work, but there's a chance it will work. But that's when your positive energy and positive thinking comes into play. And just keep that positive attitude and put that positive energy out there in the universe, and stay away from negative people. You know, hang around people who have goals and have things they want to achieve in life, and you know, are energetic and positive and forward thinking people. Those are the people you need to be around. If you're hanging around upset, angry, grumpy, non-motivated people, then you are going to be upset, grumpy, angry, and not motivated. And that's just how it is. So stay away from negative people, hang around more positive people. Try to always have positive thoughts in yourself, in your mind, and for everyone else all the time, and things will work out for the best. So peace until next time.